the TIMFD podcast. Today is my favorite day is about appreciating every day as it comes, no matter what life throws at us. We hope that this podcast speaks to you. And if it does, please like, share, and comment. Now let's find out why today is our favorite day this week.
Hey everybody, I have a friend here I've known since he was like 1.5. So this is Logan, and Logan is a graduate of USF. So can you talk about what you graduated in and then what you're doing right now just professionally?
Of course, yeah. So I graduated from USF with a degree in finance. I'm working at Raymond James right now. I'm on the life insurance side of things, working with advisors, running illustrations, all that. And just my first corporate job, so I'm building up knowledge to look around and see what I really want to do.
Okay. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to have a conversation. You and I could just talk. The great thing about Alex is a producer. He'll move cameras everywhere and we don't have to even think about it. So so you have this profession, obviously, in the financial world. Mm-hmm. You successfully got through USF. And I know that you're a relatively young man. You're in your early 20s, so I get that. And that's cool. But there's something different about you than maybe a lot of other people, and maybe they may not even know about, which is you were born with CF. Can you explain what CF is to me real quick, and just we'll go from there? Yeah,
cystic fibrosis is what that CF stands for, and it's a genetic lung disease that affects your lungs, your pancreas, your digestive system, autoimmune disorder. So
I thought it was all about the lungs, but it's a lot more.
Yes, for some people it's heavy on the lungs. Some people it's heavier on the stomach. Some people it's heavy on everything. So each person, even though they may have the same mutation as someone else, the severity will vary with different parts of their body. Okay.
Now, one of the things that I remember your parents, when I met them, when you're like I said, 1.5, 2 years old, and you had this machine that was on you at that young age, which is, it's like a vibrating machine. What does that do? And how many times did you have to do it when you were a kid? But then how do you still have to do that? I don't know how that all works.
Yeah, great question. So the vest.
The vest. That's what they call it.
They call it the vest. Right. Hillrom. It shakes the lungs. There's a bunch of mucus inside my lungs, sticky mucus. That's what the CF gene, or the faulty CF gene, does. It makes everything very sticky, mucus sticky everywhere in my body. So it ends up in the pancreas, ends up everywhere, which is why you see these organs sort of break down and struggle. And so the vest is mostly for the lungs specifically, and it's just vibrating, trying to shake the mucus off the walls and the bronchioles, all that, to break it loose. And then while I'm doing that, I use a nebulizer as well. I also
do you at the same time?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that helps with, obviously, like dilating all the tubes in your lungs, stuff like that, and also for asthma as well. So a lot of CF people do have asthma, just sense. As a genetic fault with it. And so the vest is just shaking that, and you're doubling down with the nebulizer to try to stay healthy. And growing up, it'd be 2 times a day, 30 minutes each session.
It was brutal. When I first saw it, I was shocked. I kind of went, whoa, that's what he has to go through. And they were explaining it to me. So what do you do now as an adult?
So I still do it, although I'm pretty healthy now. I'm on a medicine called Trikafta. It's a newer medicine, came out, I want to say end of 2019, maybe beginning of 2020. And it's been a game changer for the whole CF, almost the whole CF community. It covered about 95% of the CF community. Did that come out after? There was a very famous person that was on social media, and we were just talking about this. Yeah. And I remember when she passed away. Yes. She was CF, talked a lot about CF and all that stuff. What was her name, and what was that? Was it around the time of this drug or not? Good question. So that was Claire Wineland, and she was big character on social media, a huge advocate for the CF community. Yeah. Did so much. I saw her on news channels, all that. I didn't follow her too closely. I just wasn't too invested myself with what CF, I guess, content creators were doing at the time. And she did pass away, I want to say, shortly before that. I'd say it's before COVID. I could be completely
2018, 2019, right around there. Yeah, so exactly. I kind of thought it was before COVID.
Yes.
But I remember that was a big shock.
Yes.
And I remember your parents, it was a big shock. And they were kind of going, oh my goodness, and obviously they're thinking about you. And so I remember when we were all younger, And they did talk about that the life expectancy for someone that has CF wasn't really long. It was in like your 20s, that kind of thing. And so what happened? Because you're doing good. It was it that particular drug, or is it?
Definitely that particular drug has been a game changer. Okay. I've always been a bit on the healthier side.
Okay.
In terms of my lungs, my digestive system has struggled a little. I got cystic fibrosis related diabetes when I was younger. Is all the little things here and there that they sometimes see with CF patients. I started to get bronchiectasis, all that. And then that drug came out, and I just finished up senior year. I was in college with my friends, and I was healthy, but I was getting sick here and there. And then that drug.
And you were really thin.
Yes.
I mean,
very
really
light.
thin.
Yes. I was not absorbing much. I could eat as much. Even now, I could still eat a lot, but I could eat as much food as I could, as I can, and then not put on weight at all. My body would just shred it up and get it out. It was it was an anomaly, really. And I guess that's what happens when you have a disease, and as you know, and it was, I was bone skinny, and then I take that drug, Trikafta, gained 20 pounds, and
awesome.
then
that was great.
Now I'm 40 pounds up from when
I mean, you're looking good.
Yeah.
I can tell you're looking good from back then.
Yeah.
And I was concerned. I know that because you were thin. You were really thin. So it's cool to see that.
Yeah.
Now, what amazes me is that you went off to college. It was here in the Tampa area, but you left home, which was, I was going, why is he doing that? Again, the protective parent kind of thought, and I imagine your parents, you had to have some good conversation with them to even let you, kind of go, all right, well, we'll go. You're going to save money if you stay home.
Yeah.
But you went over to USF and went into the dorms.
Yep.
Which is like a cesspool of disease.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
And how did you work that to even do that? You said your dorm was a little different because you got one room dorms. Is that how it works?
Exactly.
So that helps a little bit.
Yes.
So you don't have some, messy guy,
coming in sick.
Just coming in sick all the time into your room. So you had that.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
But you hung out with everybody. Yeah.
It was good. It was I did have my whole building. I don't know. It's a coincidence they just started doing this. I haven't heard of that at any university, having single person dorms, and USF.
Worked perfect for you.
New buildings, single person dorms. I was the second person to live in my specific room. Worked out, and I remember my friends living in the buildings next to me in duos or trios, whatever it may be, them getting sick all the time. And then everyone in my dorm is pretty quiet. You wouldn't really hear coughs much, walking the halls, stuff like that. And so was fortunate enough to, of course, beg my parents to be like, please let me live close to my friends, all that.
Yeah.
Try to get that authentic college experience, stuff like that. Get out of the house, because I am a homebody. And so it's stepping out of my cage and really out of my comfort zone.
So would you say when you're a homebody, is that just who you naturally are, or is it part of it was because of CF?
Great question. So I was going to say naturally, and I'm going to say CF did play a role. Okay. Doing my treatments and stuff, wearing that vest all the time. I did Boy Scouts. I camped. I would bring it.
I know.
Of course, people want to look, people want to ask, and I have no issue answering questions. I'm just like kind of a reserved person sometimes. And so it's always kind of awkward, and not always, but it can be sometimes kind of awkward for me in that context where it's like, I'm just trying to do my treatment and go to bed.
Well, and you're going to be disciplined because you have to be disciplined.
Yes.
Your brother, Colton, he cracks me up and goes, Logan, man, he's just boom, 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 boom. Everything has to be in its proper place. And I get that.
Yes.
I understand that. You have to be.
Yeah.
Colton's not so much built like that, right?
Yeah.
But he's graduated college, he's doing great school-wise or work-wise. He's working.
Yes.
But for you had to be disciplined.
Yes.
So it's a little different. Going to college, did that help you with school and that kind of thing too? Or not? It was the complete opposite?
Almost opposite. So my brother is very, very right. I am very orderly, and sometimes I can get on people's nerves. It's just, I do a certain thing a certain way, or I have something a certain, like, as it is, and that's just like how it is in my head. It's like, I have to have it that way. I don't know how to explain it. I'm like, that's just the way it is in my head. I do this, do that. Like if I borrow, like if someone borrows something, I'm like, always want
back here.
Yeah, but I'm good at lending as long as I get it back. But no, he's very right. And
But it's because I think a lot of it has to do because of the disease.
Exactly.
You have to be disciplined to be able to be healthy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, doctors, in a playful way, bark in your ear all the time to do these things, to wash my nebulizer masks, to take all my medicines, to not miss the routine, because everything's a routine. And so, in a way, I always kind of prioritize that. And if homework happened to overlap, I'm ditching homework. I did not care. I'd use it as almost an excuse. I'd be like, gotta do treatment. I
gotta
can't.
take care of myself, man.
Yeah, I play Xbox during treatment. Like, I couldn't do homework, but...
I like that. I'm going to do my treatments while I'm playing Xbox. Yeah, there we go. Can't do homework
read.
then.
Yeah, I
oh,
don't
you
know.
get vibrating on stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I
get that. Yeah. I get that. It keep you more awake to actually play the game well.
Exactly. Yeah, it helps you lock in. Yeah.
So through all this stuff, you're past what the years were when I was told when you were a little guy.
Yes.
Of how long you would live. Now people are in CF because of these drugs and stuff. Tell us, how long are CF people, living?
Yes, I'm seeing 60-year-olds.
That's amazing.
I want to say in one of the Facebook group chats, I saw someone 71.
Wow.
I want to say, I could have read it wrong, but I definitely see 60-year-olds almost consistently.
Wow.
Living with CF. It's amazing. And there are late diagnoses where people are 18 or in their 20s, 30s getting diagnosed with CF.
What?
It just... Over time, it is odd. I don't know too much about it, but I do see it pretty often. And
wow,
fingers crossed, if I recall correctly, they're typically mild cases. Okay. So it's just maybe throwing a few medicines in there, maybe taking enzymes, stuff like that. But yeah, so it does happen, and people are living much longer. And now these medicines that when I was a freshman in college and I first got Trikafta, that medicine was not allowed for 12 and under, I think.
Wow.
And it took a few years, almost just as lab rats, making sure. Yeah. And then now kids, I think 6 and up can get it, and
so that will be a game breaker.
And I've seen parents talking about, when I was young, I remember too, coughing up just mucus all the time, sticky lungs, sticky sinuses, all that. And these parents are talking about their kids just clearing up, looking well,
living
doing
life.
well. It's unbelievable. And so we're only going to see that number go up, I expect. And
and then I know that you have been involved with the fundraising of CF too. Can you explain that a little bit? I mean, I got to be at a couple of those, so tell me a little bit more about that. And the money goes to help with drugs or awareness, or what does it do?
Good question. So ultimately, I'll cover that. The money goes to the foundation, and a lot of it goes to the science. It goes to the researchers, because no progress is getting made without money.
That's right.
Like any disease. And so it's pretty, I want to say from what I see, it's pretty parallel. You see the money go in, you see the research move along faster.
Yeah.
It is.
Well, you have more people involved. You have more things you could do.
Exactly. Yeah, and with it being a smaller disease, I think maybe 30,000, maybe 40,000 people in the U.S. have it. Amazing. And so you see it pretty quickly. It means there's not too many people researching. I mean, there are a lot, but compared to other diseases, there's not going to be the same, maybe compared to diabetes, for example. It's just how it is. But you see the money go in, you see the progress. And what I do is I volunteer. Of course, that can be a little limited because other people with cystic fibrosis will go speak at events, go do this, go do that, meet at the headquarters, all that, meet at their chapters. And we can't be in the same room, so we have to limit how much I can help. So my siblings do a lot of helping.
Okay, you can't be in the same room.
So it's hypothetically in a big room like this, I could, but when our bacteria crosses, let's say they cough near me and I somehow inhale their microbacteria, I don't know the science. I want to say it's Pseudomonas, and it develops differently in each of our bodies. Each of our bodies will have a different reaction, and it can be fatal.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so that's like the 6-foot rules.
That's why you have that. I was always wondering why you guys have that separate. Okay.
So I do have like childhood friends that had cystic fibrosis, maybe played in the same soccer league, had to watch it. Our parents knew each other, stuff like that. And it was just a small world. And
yeah, because your siblings are they've been heavily involved at the whole thing, and the foundation and all that kind of stuff. Your parents too.
Oh, very much heavily. So. Running fundraisers, all that.
Yeah. They've done a lot, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, okay, so that's all the kind of the medical side of things. So I'm more interested. I'm interested in the science, of course, but I've been around it, so I kind of know a little bit about the science. Exactly. I'm more interested in from, let's say, teenage world, and you're in high school. Okay, how'd you work through that in high school, and you were in our youth ministry. I remember that. And I remember you and your brother played on the band and over there and did that kind of stuff. So I better not say that too loud because Tim may come over and start bothering you immediately.
I mean,
yeah.
Matter
of fact, I'll tell him that you guys played. He'll be chasing you down fast. But, in high school, I know you dated. Did you date out in high school or outside in college? I can't remember.
It was at the very end of high school.
That's it.
Is when I had my first girlfriend, and so that was my first experience with dating, going on dates.
How did you do that with CF going on?
Yeah, right.
Very carefully. I mean, I don't know how you
carefully,
say that.
and it's weird because you almost assume because the population's so small with CF people that you wouldn't run into a CF person. I'm like, I know who has CF in Tampa.
Yeah.
Now it's grown, so I don't. But at the time, I was like, I'm pretty aware. I kind of know their friends, and because sometimes I'm friends with their friends, stuff like that. But you still have to be careful because you never know. And
so how does that dating even work when you're concerned that, hey, someone could cough on you, or you on them, and you guys could kill each other?
Yeah.
I mean, think about that. I know you've thought about that.
It's an interesting thing because you're just passing people in public.
Yeah.
What if you never know? It is, I guess, a gamble. I mean,
you gotta live. I know that.
Exactly. You gotta live. And I am a bit of a germaphobe, so it does kind of work. And this is
good.
I'm sure it's from CF being a germaphobe. Of course. And I do keep my distance. I guess you really start texting, whatever. And in the back of my mind, the thought is, well, I don't want to get this person in a relationship. They're not aware that I have a, chronic illness, stuff like that. Yeah. And
that's why
I may not be in for the long haul.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I mean, you have to be honest about that, and so how do you do that?
So I sort of softly transition it in conversations, maybe stuff like that. And I was very private about it my whole life. Just not like I didn't choose to be private. I just never, unless I was at a fundraiser, spoke about it.
Yeah.
I was like, that's my business, whatever.
That's your thing.
Yeah. And it wasn't until college I started doing a little more, making videos on TikTok.
Yeah, I saw the TikTok videos. Yeah.
And then
he's pretty good on TikTok.
and going through, and that made people aware almost. Let's say I was going on a date or something, and they might have seen me, or maybe they've seen a social media post on my Instagram even. Oh, whatever. And then now I just put it sometimes in my Instagram bio just to make sure, because now I'm like, who knows? Now I'm just like anxious and worried.
If someone wants to date you, they see that you're good, you just move forward and do that. But even in the process of dating, I would imagine the girl would have to. You'd have to tell her, hey, by the way, this is what goes on in this. Yeah. And then this, her concern about, I don't want to bring anything over to you.
Oh, yes.
You know what I mean?
My first girlfriend, we were dating, COVID happened, and we lived obviously in the same city, but it was long distance. That's how it was. We were like, we're going to have to just wait out a few weeks till we see each other. We don't even know. And
a few weeks. Good luck on that.
Exactly. And so we waited weeks and of course it went longer. And then we were like, okay, well, we've both isolated ourselves enough to where even I was staying away from my family members. Okay, maybe we'll start outside with walks, things like that, before we can consistently see each other again.
Wasn't that a crazy time?
It's absurd. It's weird to think it's 5 years ago.
Oh my God.
Just over.
That was nuts.
It's scary. I mean, it's just
especially with you with lung issues. Yeah. That was my biggest concern for you because we opened up quickly. We're one of the first churches in Tampa to open back up. But I had a whole team that was involved with that. medical people, political people.
Yeah, right.
I had a lawyer involved with it too. Mm-hmm. We were all kind of trying to figure out. And we got open and never had a problem with the COVID stuff here, which was awesome. But someone like you, that was a real concern.
Yeah.
Because it went after the lungs.
Exactly. And of course, I was active in the band for 6 or 7 years.
I know.
And then COVID hit, and I was active in the band my freshman year. Every Sunday I was driving back from college. I was driving 25 minutes to do youth group in the morning. And then COVID hit, and then it was like
everything shut down.
And then I became frantic about everything. So I was like, I can't even go into church.
I remember that.
Who knows?
Yeah, because you guys didn't know. Your mom, would not know. I mean, the last thing a parent wants to do is bring that home to their son. Don't need that on their conscience and stuff. That kind of thing. So dating there's a challenge.
Yes, I'm cautious. And of course that can not sometimes the best at communicating that. So sometimes it can end up hurting the girl's feelings. See, I'm almost protecting myself in a way, or I think I'm protecting them because I'm like, well, I have a chronic disease. I don't want to trouble them with that down the road. Yeah. I'll just slowly stop talking to them. Yeah. And stuff like that, and it's not healthy. But
as you know, might as well put it out there, and if the person cares for you, they'll go, okay.
Exactly, and I don't know why I thought that because
it's human nature.
That's true,
it's
right?
Human nature.
Can't fight it.
Yeah, because you're going to go. I wonder what they think.
Exactly.
How we're going to do this. Mm-hmm. Okay, there's no care about what they think. It's This is what it is. Yeah. This is what it is, and if you're okay with it, then let's move forward. And that's the challenge, I would imagine, for you.
Yeah, and they're people are very understanding, whether
of course
a friend or a girlfriend, they're very understanding more than I imagine. But you get in your own head, you get anxious, you imagine worst case scenario, and typically it is not the worst case scenario. That does not occur. And
dating is nerve-wracking already.
Exactly.
And you add that to it. Okay, so that process is different.
Yeah.
How did you deal with being a Christian, being in the church?
Yes.
How did you deal with this disease that you had? God being a loving God, the famous, the famous question. If God loves me, why would He allow this disease to be in me? Mm-hmm. And why was I the one that had to deal with that? Did you ever have that kind of question at all? I'm kind of curious.
A long time. I guess when I really started getting more active in youth group, when I was 12, 13, I was very curious about many things. I of course, at some point in everyone's life, they question God.
Yeah, is there a God? And is there a God? And if He is He any good?
Yeah, right. I'm like, why do I feel the way I'm feeling right now? And that's when I was still very immature, but the thought started to develop where, why me?
Yeah, why
me? Or why do I have to go through this? And then even if I'm struggling outside of the disease, I'm like, geez, my plate's full.
Yes.
I can't catch a break. And then I questioned that, so I just struggled, but I kept going to church and partially my brother and my friends all going, and that just kept me, I guess, stringing along with the idea that this is a community.
Yeah.
And so I kept with it, and it wasn't until probably high school. With
typically high school.
Yeah, typically high school, right? And having a disease, as you know, or just any sort of health struggle, you hit what you feel rock bottom.
Yes.
And I felt like I hit rock bottom at that point in my life, and little did I know I was going to hit rock bottom again.
Yeah. Did you think it was going to be? It was rock bottom because of your health, or just rock bottom of like, screw this kind of a
exactly thing? Rock bottom because screw this. My health was not bad my freshman, sophomore year. I was skinny, yes, but I was healthy. I was playing soccer. I was running.
Yeah, no, I saw you were running around. Yeah.
And it was the thought of, it's like, oh my goodness, here I am, 14, 15 years old. This is exhausting.
How long am I going to be around?
Exactly.
I remember at that time, that 20, 30 something was kind of the 20 something to 30 something was definitely the time frame. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, that would be wild to think about.
Nightmare,
at that age, about working through living.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that was one of the bigger things for you? Is just that?
That definitely was. It was just the struggle of, exactly, how do I go on?
Yeah.
Why would I go on?
Yeah.
14, 15, I'm thinking 10 years out, it's going to be painful. It's not going to be pleasant.
No.
It's going to hurt. And I was like,
hurt.
What am I doing? Why am I doing this?
Why am I
even trying?
Do whatever. And
my grades reflected, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I failing classes, stuff like that. And I was doing good in soccer. And I guess it's like, now I look back, it was feedback. It was, here's how my body's doing.
Yeah.
I'm playing soccer. I'm
doing
getting
good.
better. I'm running better. I'm putting up good times in 5Ks. I'm doing great. And so that's where I had the satisfaction. But I'm going through this, just questioning God every day. And it was praying, and it almost feels like sometimes praying to nothing.
Yes.
And
David did that a lot. David would go, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? What, how long is this going to go on?
Mm-hmm.
The Psalm 3:13, Psalm 13, both of the kind of how long and where are you and what's happening.
Exactly. And we're searching for that feedback.
Yes.
And you learn or I guess I've learned through the church from you preaching, is no is an answer.
Yes, it is.
No is an answer, and whether you like it as an answer, that's up to you. So, what are you going to do about it?
It's for me, it's all about looking up. Keep looking up.
Exactly.
And keep gazing at the Lord and through the whatever hell we're having to go through, right?
Right.
And I know you hit a rock bottom in high school, but didn't you hit another one after you graduated?
Yep. Yes, I did. It was towards the end of, I had one definitely in college, and then towards the end of graduation, or right after I graduated, here it is. I got my degree.
What do I do now?
The world's your oyster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I did not think I'd make it this far.
Yeah.
I
know. Wait a second. I'm living past what I thought I was going to live.
What do I do now? And the job market was bad, and that just wasn't helping. And I was like,
I remember that.
So I don't even have options. It's like, I'm supposed to have options, and here they aren't. And then
now you're making me live longer, and now I'm going to have to go through this.
Yeah, exactly. It was just questioning everything. But by this point, I knew my heart God was real. Yeah. But I still ask, why?
Yeah, why?
Why? And then going through it, it's just, I don't know. I felt totally defeated. I started going to therapists, stuff like this, because I was like, I just need help.
And that's good.
Exactly. I'm so anxious all the time. And it was an unbearable anxiety. It's just gotten worse over my life. And I was just like, I need help. And then I was like, I talked to my mom, and we talk about CR at church. And
like, CR is Celebrate Recovery.
Celebrate Recovery. And then mom was like, give it a try. I was like, no, I don't.
You mean you're a typical guy?
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to go talk about this. I had a close friend, and I wasn't even sharing everything with him. I wasn't even sharing everything with my brother. I was like, no. And then I was like, okay, I'll go.
Yeah.
And I start going, and it was definitely to be at this age and go to something like that. It's you feel almost out of place.
Yeah.
Just to start, but then you realize, you start anything new, you're out of place. It's just how it is.
I look at you as one of the smart people.
Going earlier.
Yeah, right? If you go, I wish that this was going on when I was your age.
Yeah,
it wasn't at that time. If it was, and especially at your age right now, I was running for the Lord big time, but I knew there was a lot of dysfunction in me, and I was going, man, how do I work through this? I would have loved something like that, to be able to go, all right, I could speak this out and then hear other people and go, oh, and maybe connect with some people that may have the same issues, if it's anger or bitterness or unforgiveness or whatever, or dealing with disease and wondering why. Because it's okay to ask why, as long as we keep on doing, David would ask why, but then David would look up and go, I'm going to praise you anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I really don't know what else to do. And I remember you were going through that job situation and trying to figure all that out. And then you ended up with Raymond James, which not bad. Just so you know.
Great medical benefits.
Not a bad job, not a bad company. It's a good company.
Great health insurance.
Yeah. And so for you, the question of why is going to be there, and it's not a bad question. I think it gets us to be able to talk. We're at least talking with the Lord at that time. Why am I going through this? Because we could just go, see you later. I'm out of here. Isolate. I'm done. Right? Which would be easy to do.
Yeah, I did for a bit. I did isolate for a long time.
Very easy to do, the isolation. So now you have the potential, at least what I'm hearing, the potential to live 50 to 50, 60, 70. Okay, with that in mind, because I got to ask, CF, can you have children and not have a CF child? Or would you, how's that going to work? I know gene-wise, if you have somebody who has a recessive gene with you, then you're more likely to have someone that's CF, right?
Exactly. So to even have the possibility to have a child with CF, both of you have to be carriers.
So that's what I thought.
But there's a likelihood, I think 25% chance that child you do have is a cystic fibrosis child.
Makes sense.
So,
well, who better to deal with that than you?
Yeah, right.
I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
You would know exactly what to do. That's for sure.
I would be prepared.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
And the catch is with cystic fibrosis men is that, if I remember the statistic, 98% of cystic fibrosis men can't have a child naturally.
Okay.
It's because for some reason with the genetic development, as you mature, you don't develop a vast difference. The sperm canal.
Oh.
So you can develop sperm, but it's not going anywhere.
Not going to do anything.
And so, you're out of luck. There is IVF,
Okay.
to do that. So I'm not sure the science. I know it's expensive.
Yeah, how that works and all that stuff.
You know, doctor's pulling sperm out, putting it to an egg,
Right.
all that. You can have a baby with your genes.
Yeah. You could always adopt. You could always
exactly. That's honestly what I'd like to do.
Yeah.
Adopt does seem
That'd
like
be awesome.
the way for me. I mean, IVF is possible, but the catch is, of that 98% that don't even have a vast difference, about 50%, if I remember the statistic right, are just infertile.
Okay,
There's zero
which would
chance.
make sense.
You're just completely...
Because this is a devastating disease that
just shutting
now
things
through
down.
the medical breakthroughs, miracles, life expectancy goes a lot longer, and you would have the opportunity to, well, for one, you have a good job. You're going to be going up the ranks anyway, so you're going to have that. So you can bring someone that may not have that opportunity into a really good setting. Plus, you have a good family.
Exactly.
That would be what a blessing.
Yeah,
that would
I know.
be.
Well, it'd be awesome to adopt it. It was something that was not on. It was. I've seen it, and I knew people that were adopted, and it was always something on my radar, but it was never something I seriously considered until I got into high school. I'm like, that'd be, even if I had my own kids, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
My parents adopted.
Yeah.
My youngest sister was adopted, and then Tanya, before we met, when she got pregnant the second time, before she was really living for the Lord, she gave that child up. Her name is Carrie, for adoption, and that child grew up to have an awesome home, and she's doing great. We got to be in her wedding a whole bit. It was really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, but that's always there.
Yes.
Right, for you. So you have you're now in your 20s. You have a career. You're looking good. Seriously, you're looking good, because I did not know how that was going to work out. And when you're in your high school, you're running around, and I know you were playing soccer. Weren't you on the same team as your brother?
For high school for a bit.
For a little bit, yeah.
So I transferred high school.
That's right. That's right.
Got bad grades.
Yeah. Yep. And then the second one, though, you were running, which always made me. I was really surprised about that you were able to run. And soccer is a running sport, so I was really impressed by what was going on with that. But now, man, you have the life. You could have a life, right? Yeah. Where years ago that wasn't the possibility.
No, yeah.
And so, who better to talk to people about this or any disease? Honestly, I feel that you understand when someone is going through something physically, has to deal with hospitals and stuff. I think you kind of understand that world, just a tad, right? Who better to talk to people? You're not going to be able to go to hospitals, not with, I would imagine. Last place you need to be.
Yeah, right.
But you could be on the phone with somebody and talk with them and be able to hear them out and have empathy, sympathy for somebody, and just kind of go, I'm here for you, just talk. And, you could do that, and people would go, he understands.
Well, it's funny, because I looked at you the same way. I was I have a lot of friends. I have one of my closest friends does have gastrointestinal problems, stuff like that. Yeah. And so I relate to him, but then I relate to you in the severity, and not in a comparison. Maybe I'm like, well, if Pastor Dave can get through that, I'm like, I can probably get through this.
I say the same thing about you. That's the funny part, because I go, my God, I was in the hospital, and you actually popped up. I go, if that kid can go through this, then I should be able to get through this junk. All the surgeries and everything. Yeah. I was kind of going, because I remember that vibrating thing, and I just kept on going, well, I don't have to do that.
No, I'll take that any day of the week over all the surgeries. All the cancer.
Yeah. But bottom line is that both of us are survivors.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Yes.
Both of us have had the why questions. Nothing wrong with that. And both of us are going to look up, and that's not a bad thing too. Right?
It's a great thing. I mean, you ask the why, and at the end of the day, there is an answer in a way. It's in our nature we sin.
Yes.
It's a fact.
It's a fact.
I'm not saying there are people who I feel are good-hearted in every way possible and don't deserve it.
Still sin, though.
I know. I've sinned. I'm like, I got older and I was like, geez, I've sinned. I'm like, maybe I do deserve this. Playfully, I was like, I shouldn't be asking why. I kind of get it. I was like, even because with or without it, it's.
Well, it wouldn't matter one way or the other. We live in a dysfunctional, screwed up world because of sin, and there is disease, and there is death, and there is injuries and I mean, that's just part of this world. And then it's up to us what we do with it. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Mm-hmm. Now, as you're maturing, the advantage you have, I believe, is that when things hit, you kind of go, okay, well, it's not like I'm having to, put extra stuff on my chest and hope that I survive and, that kind of thing. You have an idea of I could still move forward. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's an awesome thing. So it's always fun to watch your kind of perspective on things. So, okay. So real quick, do you have any dating people that you're looking at for dating right now, or are you dating at all?
No.
Gotta ask. He's on TikTok, so I gotta ask.
No. I've been
doing your thing.
Yeah, I had a relationship and then went long distance again. So I have 2 girlfriends, both went long distance. You know how it's being young, I guess, and now I've just taken some time. Like, I was not the healthiest person in the relationship. I know that, and I was like, I need to.
You need to learn about you.
Yeah, exactly. I need to do some reflecting. Yeah. I need to do something, and so
that's good.
I've just been taking time, and
awesome.
Honestly, I wouldn't do any learning without God. It's just a fact.
Yep.
Without Jesus, I wouldn't have had any sort of humility or reference to look back and think, what can I do better? What do I need to learn? What do you need to show me?
Yep. All
that, because at the end of the day, I can be an angry person, just and mostly at myself. And I know through a period of a lot of anger, just cycling and circling, I was very, very angry at myself and not looking at God. And I know I cannot be just good to myself, good to other people, if I don't have an anchor.
No.
And
it's impossible to do that.
I'm kind of rambling, going off a tangent, but it was just more of I needed time to think. I'm like, what am I doing? Mm-hmm. I mean, your younger 20s. Obviously, it'd be ideal to look at this when you're 18, to look at yourself and think, what do I need to do?
Right.
To look out for myself for the future, look out for other people, do good to others, do good to yourself, serve the Lord, all that. And I've been asking that question this past year. So I've just been in my own little world, no dating, just
focusing,
going along. I mean, of course, if God were to put someone in my life, I'd be grateful. But the catch is still almost that lingering thought of, I wouldn't want to burden someone with the idea that I may not be in for the long haul. Right. But I guess in life,
no one's like that. No one can be in the long haul.
Exactly.
There's no guarantee.
You get
no guarantee.
You get anything.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yeah. And I gotta defeat that mindset, because it does keep me reserved for many things, right? Even limit how many friends I have, or how many friends I'm really open to.
Yeah.
And
because you're going to go, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. Yeah. I was doing that for a moment. Then I realized when the doctor said, you could have cancer and it could come back to you really quickly.
Yeah.
Or it could, last a long time. I went, oh, so you mean I'm supposed to live?
Right. Seems simple, doesn't it?
And I went, okay, I guess I'm going to live. I'm going to do the best I can. And that's where I came up with today is my favorite day. I just went, I'm going to say today's my favorite day every day.
Yeah, right.
And I'm going to say reason why. I am breathing. I'm loved. I'm not alone. I have God has a plan, a purpose, and a place for me later on in heaven. Mm-hmm. And he has a place for me right now of what I'm supposed to do. So, hey, I'm going to live that out. And I think that perspective is what I know I need to keep moving forward. And for you, as someone that's much more mature than I was at this stage.
I don't know.
No, you are. You are. The perspective that you're doing right now, the kind of going, I'm working on myself. I'm going to get myself in a good place to be the best person I need to be. And I believe that as you do that God's going to open up the door for someone that's been doing the same thing. You're kind of getting prepared for that. And then, so the question of, should I be open or not with this person? It won't even be a question. It'll be, I'm going to be, because I know this is who I am. And if the person doesn't like that, that's okay. God will bring up the right person for me. And I need to be who I want to be. Mm-hmm. And I know you're working on that. And that's a great thing.
It's almost easier said than done, right? Just live, be who you want to be. And in any social sense that you feel like, I'm being watched by other people, I'm being judged. I mean, you're going to get judged no matter what.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And who cares what they're thinking?
Nope.
Because obviously, number one, the Lord.
Yeah, that's right.
If you're doing what doing right by the Lord. I mean, how can anything else in life at all? I mean, sure, you might feel disappointed, but how can anything in life, if you're seeking all that other stuff, the results from the other people, worldly things, you're not going to have ultimate satisfaction.
Correct.
You're just not.
Correct.
It's a fact. And you'll get a little bit, admittedly.
Of course.
Of course.
Isn't it nice to go out and buy a boat,
Yeah, exactly, right?
And there's nothing wrong with that. The thing is keeping always the perspective, right? And so for you right now, working on, I think you're a good example. We were talking about CF here, but you're a good example right now. I'm not saying a perfect one.
Yeah, of course. Yes,
right?
no.
But I'm saying a good example of going, I'm going to work on me. I'm going to get me in a good place with God. And then I'll be able to choose someone that is doing the same thing, and I'll be wise enough to do it. That's exactly what I did. I stopped dating altogether, focused on myself, said, I got my heart broken. I went, okay, why did I have my heart broken here? Why did I let that take me down a road that I didn't need to go? Let's focus on, Lord, you and me, and get me in a good place. So then when I'm ready, then I'll be wise enough to pick somebody that's doing the same thing I'm doing, is looking to the Lord, seeking what he wants, looking for success in what God wants me to do in that. And that's how I ran into Tanya. I mean, it's just, I believe that's what God wants us to do. If more people would do that, I think we'd have healthier dating relationships.
Yes.
And I think that that you wouldn't have so many people lonely, because if you're seeking the Lord, you're not gonna you're gonna be going, okay, I gotta get me in a good place. I'm good with God. I'm good with myself, and now I'm looking for somebody who's in the same place.
Yeah.
Because when you do run into stuff, because you will have health issues eventually. Yeah. Certain times will go up and down. The person that's going to be with you has already made that commitment to be with you, and they're going to go, okay, God's in charge of this.
Yes.
I'll pray over you, and let's get you wherever we need to go and do what we need to do. And you may have to do that for the person you're marrying too.
Yeah.
That person could break an arm, a leg, whatever, get something themselves, but you would be a person that would understand it. And I think that we just need to be more empathetic and understanding with each other and grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that time, seeking Lord and learning, that is exactly that. It's, of course, everyone, starts to get older. They're in the rush that I need to go on dates.
Yes.
I need to You do not. You need to socialize.
Yes. Absolutely.
You have to socialize, friends, whatever. But you're right. You work on yourself, and the opportunity may present itself. The Lord may present the opportunity. Yeah. Or you'll have that option. You'll ask for the wisdom. Yeah. To choose.
Give me wisdom.
Right for me?
And if you're in a good place, personally, dating changes. It really goes to, okay, now Lord, put me in the position to date. When I date, I'm looking for a partner.
Yes.
I'm looking for a partner. I'm not just looking to ding around. I'm looking for a partner that's going to a life partner with me that will have the same thought process as me as far as looking to you. Not the same process, because a female male, they're totally different. But but as far as seeking Jesus, seeking the Lord, and understanding that He is sovereign, He's in control, and I have CF, and He's in control of this thing. And that's a great place to be.
Yeah, and just having the Lord as your rock is something as simple as, I didn't know it when I was younger, but I was like, okay, I do go to church, I'm in the band, I pray, all this, but to truly learn what it means to center your life with Jesus as your rock, it changes things, because you'll look at other people that you may have, maybe someone else has been your rock, maybe a hobby has been your rock.
Oh yeah, other people can be, and hobbies can be. Yes.
It will let you down, and imagine being in a relationship and you're that person's rock. The pressure. I mean,
you can't do it.
No, you can't, because
that's why divorces take place. Exactly,
because you think to them you're carrying the world on your shoulders, and to yourself you're carrying their world on your shoulders, and it's such you fail, even a little failure, that's a letdown. And the next thing you know, here they are going, well, they should have been able to do that, blah blah blah, all that. And
well, the big thing is you could be able to at least talk about it. Talk about whatever's going on, and if you have somebody that's seeking the Lord, they both understand communication. They could talk through it.
Exactly.
And if you're getting in trouble with stuff, if the relationship's not working that great, go to counseling.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's other
it's
resources.
pretty darn simple. It's not that hard. Tanya and I have been going to counseling since we were a year in our marriage. We got to get this right. Because we were so different, and but we were a lot alike. So it was a strange thing. But for you, I'm curious to see what's going to happen in the future.
Right.
I'm curious to see.
It's interesting. Yeah. Well, just to have one of those things you'll see as you play out, and it's just interesting, even to think where I might physically end up.
Yes.
Like geographically too.
Yes.
It's like, where will I be? How will that affect that world of socializing with my friends, meeting potential women, all that? It's it'll be I guess just one of those things you have to wait out and be patient.
Well, I think that you're in my mind miraculous, because I remember when you were young and your parents tell me that the age was not very high for someone who has this, and you're living life, growing in your faith, making yourself in a better place. You could be a catch, man.
We'll see. Still some learning to do. Still some learning.
That's okay. All right. Thank you for being here with us. Today is your favorite day. If you want to know more about him, I'll get his links and stuff, and we'll make sure that you can know more about Logan and what he's doing with CF and just living life. So God bless you guys. Take it easy.
Thank you for listening to TIMFD, Today is My Favorite Day. Views, comments, and opinions are those of the host and guest alone. TIMFD is produced and directed by Alex Korn. Thank you for listening. Have a great day, live intentionally, and be very blessed.